Today, we're talking about the mentality of a winner. There are certain mentalities that leave us poor. There are certain mentalities that leave us broke. We can't be doing the same thing we did 10 years ago and expect to be in business. Be consistent at what you do. Jack of all trades does not work. You need to know yourself, then know your enemy. You do not look at what you do from your view. Look at it from the view of the customer. The 21st century business is that business built on customer relationship.
I'm a communications officer for LBS, but I'm actually a broadcaster by profession. When I first heard about the masterclass, I'm a person who naturally loves to learn. Acquiring knowledge is actually one of my hobbies, as strange as it may sound. When you hear the term masterclass, you think, I'm going to be able to master something. I hope at least to be able to master my thoughts on business, strategy, planning, and possibly the mindset of a winner.
My name is Adedoku Ndiemi. I'm a teacher by profession. My passion is in education. I heard about Hexavian on the radio. I find some of the concepts that they come up with very interesting and all. And that was the reason why I came here. It's more about building a brand. That's what this is about, and I'm hoping I'll be able to learn new ways and techniques to achieve that goal.
The law of innovation says there's no reward for doing things manually. Automate. See how you can apply your creative things. That's why inventions come from the word innovation. It's the fact that you have to invent from your innovation. Ask yourself, all this knowledge you have inspires your creativity. I assume that the only reason why you came here is it will inspire you to do what you need to do. But it still depends on what you can do with it, and that's innovation. Really, if you look at it from this point of view, almost everything in the world has been invented. Think about it. Almost at least all the basic needs. Do you know what the world does now? Nobody does invention anymore. We do innovation. We just carry one invention and change the shape, change the form, make it better. That's what they do. That's what they do now. If your process and gadget does not make things better, safer, simpler, work faster and easier, then it's not it. Replace it. Replace it. If what you're doing does not make life... Remember what I said, that the 21st century customer is busy. He's lazy and he's what? He's lazy, he's busy, he's crazy. That's where your innovation comes. He's busy, so what can I do? Sonny saw that we are becoming lazy every day. Sonny saw that we are becoming lazy every day. They made your life easier and more lazier by creating remote controls for your TV. So you don't need to stand up. That's how we become so lazy that we sit in our couch. We can't be bothered to stand up to turn on the TV. So they give you remote controls. Jumia understand that you're so lazy these days that you don't want to go online to pay. They tell you, don't worry, order, we'll bring it to your house. You pay us when you see us. Do you know what that means? That's innovation. Everybody does online store, but the unique selling point of Jumia is everybody does online store, but they're the only guys that do pay on delivery, at least initially. Maybe some people start to copy, because one thing about innovation is when you become innovative, you create a path for other people to follow. But by the time they catch up with you, you've created another one. That's why Apple is light years ahead of other people. By the time you're doing an iPhone that looks like 4G, they've done 5G. By the time you do 5G, they've done 6G. The funny thing about it is that's how it is. That's how the world got to where it got to. It's innovation. Beyonce, how does that? Who released an album without promo. If we put Beyonce in that case study, I just wanted to use local content, but I'd done a case study on Beyonce, and that's a fantastic idea. That is, success is very, very predictable. Simple. Success is predictable. In America, there's some schools in America, they do most likely to succeed when you're graduating. Most of the time, those guys actually succeed. When they do a poll, they do an analysis, they say you're the most likely to succeed in your whole team. Most times it's predictable because you follow the right steps, the right principles, the right processes, the right people. There's certain things that has to be right. Your people is right, the quality of people you have, the process is right. The process, the system, the steps, and the people, you will succeed. It's very predictable. Matter of fact, even the spiritual part is even predictable. The spiritual part is like, you know, when people say, whatever will be God, well, it's God. Even that part is very predictable. It's very predictable. That's why, let me give an example. We'll talk about the law of profitability. That's about the 18th law. After profitability, we'll put generosity next. Because if you're generous, what generosity does is generosity is like bribery to the spiritual. Generosity is bribery to the spiritual. That's why even no matter the religion, everybody appeases God. That's why certain things happen and they tell you, pay your tithe, pay your offering. What happens is that sort of it subpedals your punishments. It's weird to have that conversation, but it's the fact that God wants to bless Abraham. He says, try to kill your son, Isaac. It's the fact that Solomon became blessed after you know the story. After he killed lots of burnt offering. You know, what did God say? What do you want me to do for you? Do you understand that concept? Do you understand the concept? You understand the concept? It's a powerful concept. That's why the Muslims in Nigeria, no matter how you look at the north, how poor the north is, the northerners, the Muslims would always be the richest in this country because of a principle that calls the Islam, the principle of zakat. Is anyone a Muslim here? The principle of zakat. If you know the principle of zakat, you know how powerful that is. Muslims are givers. It's in their core. It's in their practice to give. That's probably why they turn out the other people who receive a lot. You know what I mean? The people in traffic that ask you for money. But that's how, because there's a market for it. They are givers, right? The funny thing about it is we need to understand these steps, concept. So that's why I said that it's predictable. If you understand each of these steps, if you take each of these laws, I know, like I said, they're reminders. None of these laws are stuff you've not heard about before, but you just haven't paid attention or tried to practice them. Look, the 21 laws, if you practice 14 out of those 21, you see what the result would be.